Hi, I'm Beth Somers from the Wilton Test Kitchen, and I am going to take you through some commonly asked questions about cake and cupcake baking. Let's get started. My first question is, can cake recipes also be used as cupcake recipes? And the answer is absolutely. What you're going to want to do is adjust the baking time for a cake recipe down for cupcakes. Fill a baking cup in a muffin pan about 2/3 full with cake batter, and almost every single cupcake recipe is going to bake somewhere between 18 and 22 minutes. You're going to check your cupcakes for doneness the same way you would with a cake by inserting a toothpick right into the center of one or two of those cupcakes, and they will be done when the toothpick comes out completely clean. So now you have just as many cupcake recipes as you have cake recipes. My next question is, how can I adjust the flavor of my cakes and cupcakes? That's a really great question. Say, for example, you have a really great yellow or white cake recipe that you've come to rely on and it works great. There's a ton of different ways that you can use that exact same batter for a lot of different flavors. You could use the zest of citrus fruits like lemons, limes, oranges, or even grapefruits to add a zesty, fruity note to your cakes. Ground spices also work great. I have some cloves here. Ground cloves would be perfect. Cinnamon obviously is great. Fresh ground nutmeg, or even ginger, crystallized ginger or ground. Things like that will add great flavor to your cakes without messing with the proportion of the other ingredients. You can also use concentrated flavor extracts. A lot of baked goods, most baked goods, will already include vanilla extract, but have you tried almond extract or lemon? There's a ton of different available to you in your grocery store, so take a peek down the aisles and get creative. Now, what you're going to want to stay away from is adding really acidic things in place of, for example, the milk. Don't substitute out orange juice for milk, for example, or coffee for milk, because it's going to raise the pH of your cake and the ingredients will start to interact with each other differently and the cake will not rise properly. All of these things are great ways to change out the flavor of your cake. And that actually is going to lead me right into my next question, which is, if I have a favorite yellow or white cake recipe, can I just add cocoa powder or chocolate to make it a chocolate cake? I get this question a lot. And unfortunately, the answer is probably not. And this again is going back to the acidity portion of baking. A really great yellow or white cake recipe is probably almost always leveled with just baking powder. And acidic ingredients like cocoa powder or melted chocolate or orange juice or coffee, like I mentioned before, need to have some baking soda also, because baking soda is a leavening agent that reacts to acidity. And without it, your cake's probably going to have a big old hole right in the middle. So opt to get a favorite chocolate cake recipe as well as your favorite yellow or white and go from there, as opposed to adjusting one. How can I adjust recipes to fit different sized pans? Once you've become an experienced baker with an 8 or a 9-inch pan, the next logical thing is to move up to other sizes. Maybe it's just a 9x13 sheet, or maybe you're going to go bigger, do 10-inch, 12-inch cakes. Maybe you're going to do a wedding cake, and that's great. And there's a really, really helpful tool on Wilton.com called the Cake Baking and Serving Chart. We've already figured all of this out for you. All you need to know is how many cups of batter your current recipe makes. This chart will give you all of the amounts of batter in cup sizes that you need for a variety of pan sizes and pan shapes. So you'll be able to figure out how many times you need to make your recipe, double it, triple it, whatever you need to do to fit every single size pan. It will also give you an approximate baking time and whether or not you need to adjust the temperature of your oven or use a heating core for best results. If you have other cake and cupcake questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.